Morning student. Today we will discuss 2016 CBSE previous year paper. Our first question is, what is seeding in a fixture for tournament? In seeding, strong teams or players are arranged in fixtures in a manner so that they do not meet each others in the first round, means placing the good team at a beneficial place so that they could not compete with each others in the initial round, that is up to quarter final. The seeding team directly play in the quarter finals and seeding is given to the best four team according to their previous performance. Seeding improve the knockout fixtures as it prevent the good team from clashing earliest in the initial round and the weak team get eliminated. Next is, what do you mean by adventure sports? Adventure sports is also known as extreme sports. Adventure sports we perform in the natural environment. We perform in the natural environments in which we compete with the natures. Adventure sports, there is some high risk, danger, dangers, fears, and the outcome of adventure sports is uncertain. It gives lot of excitement, recreational thrill, but it is very dangerous. The outcome of adventure sports is uncertain. For examples like mountaineering, river rafting, paragliding, etc. Next is bulimia. It is not in your syllabus. Suggest 2 exercise for correction of flat food. Flat food. Flat food. It is a abnormal condition of the food in which the arms of the food collapse or the entire sole of the food come in contact with the floor. There is no arms in the food. The food is completely flat. Exercise for corrections are the cause of flat foods are wrong sleepers without arms, improper shoes without sole, obesity, overweight, standing for a long period of time, weak muscles of the foot, etc. And the exercise for corrections of flat foods are like picking up marbles with toes, sand walk, doing tarasan, regular running, wearing a good quality shoes, writing with the foot, perform up and down the heels, walking on toe heel, to perform Vajrasan, jumping on toe or doing skipping, etc. These are the correction methods of flat foot. Next is, what is food intolerance? Food intolerance, it is a conditions in which the person is unable to digest a food. Okay, food intolerance, it is a conditions when a person face difficulty in digesting a food. Due to the deficiency of enzyme, the person is not able to digest the food due to the deficiency of enzyme. The symptoms are like nausea, vomiting, headache, joint pain, etc. The management, the persons who consult with the doctors and follow the advice of the doctors, avoid that food, etc. Next question, what test will you suggest to measure upper body strain of old age population? To measure the physical fitness of our old age persons, we use Rickley and John test, in which to measure the upper body strain we use arms curls up test. Next is, what do you mean by cardiac output? Cardiac output is the amount of blood pumped out by the heart per minute. Okay, cardiac output means the amount of blood pumped out by the heart in 1 minute. What is laceration? Laceration is an irregular jagged wounds from the sharp object, means it is a wound injury caused by a blunt object. To cover the maximum distance, this is not in your syllabus. Explain 1:1 ratio breathing exercise for reducing anxiety. It means the inhale and exhales is 1:1. The breath of 1:1 will be equal part. There is a equal between the inhalations and exhalation. What is endurance? How endurance can be developed through fatigue. Endurance, it is the ability of an individual to do the activity for a long period of time without any fatigue, means ability to sustain an activity over a long period of time under the condition of fatigue. If the person is able to do the activity for a long period of time without fatigue, it means he has the endurance. For examples, marathon running, cross country, cycling, etc. There are two types of endurance: short term endurance and long term endurance. Endurance can be developed through continuous training methods, interval training methods, and fatigue training methods. In fatigue training methods, we use the natural environment. Fatigue is a Swedish term which means speed play. In fatigue training methods, we use the natural resource for running. Natural track is used for running. The athlete is set free to use his speed. He may run, walk, jog, sit, use shortcut, long cut, etc. He is free. The athlete is set free to run from starting point to the end point. He may run, speed, slow, walking, jogging, etc. But the things to keep in mind is that he has to reach the destination, that is end point, finish point in a desired point, in a desired time. Fatigue training methods. The duration of fatigue training methods is usually 1 to 2 hours and the distance is 10 to 20 kilometers. The advantage of fatigue training methods is that these methods we perform in the natural environment and develop creative idea, give adventures. Our endurance is developed and provide experience of natures. There will be the natural motivations. There is enjoyment. We don't feel any bored. Fatigue training methods develop tracking situations. We learn to control our speed. We learn self-learning. We get a knowledge of self-learning is experience. The disadvantage of fatigue training methods is that it may cause accident, injury, because the path is not determined. Because the actual running track is not used in the fatigue training methods, therefore there is a chance of injury, accident. The coach cannot supervise the athletes. The path may be dangerous and the athletes may lose from his destination also. These are some disadvantages of fatigue training methods. What are the causes of bad posture? Posture, it is a specific body positions. Okay, posture, it is a specific body positions, means balancing the body in balancing the body in accurate and proper manner so as to produce least fatigue. Postures may be static and dynamic. Static postures like standing, sitting, and dynamic postures like running, walking, etc. The cause of bad postures are accident. Sometimes due to accidents, it may lead to bad postures, disease, due to health problems like disease, illness, sickness, there will be the chance of bad postures. Lack of nutritional diet. If the person take unbalanced diet, over diet or under diet, or there is a lack of nutrition, then there is a chance of bad posture. Wrong postures habit. If we have wrong sitting habit, wrong standing habit means wrong posture habit, then it may lead to bad posture. Therefore, we must have right posture, standing, sitting, lying, walking, etc. Improper treatment. Sometimes improper treatment or wrong treatment may also cause bad posture. Psychological stress. If the persons take a psychological stress, if he is not mentally fit, unbalanced emotions, then there may be the chance of bad postures. Lack of sufficient strength. If the person has less strength, then there will be the cause of bad postures. Age factors. As the persons become old, the strength of the persons reduce, which cause bad postures. Poor eyesight. If the person's eyesight is weak, then it also leads to bad postures, because if he has eye weak side, then the persons will bend forward. It causes bad postures. Bad shoes or clothes. If the quality of shoes, clothes is not good, then also it leads to bad postures. Some heredity, improper diet, weak muscle, joint stiffness, accident, lifestyle, lack of education or lack of knowledge about the correct postures, bad habit, obesity. If the person is overweight or obesity, if we take improper rest and sleep, etc. These are the some cause of bad posture. Next is, what do you understand by food myth? Discuss about various food myth. Food myth means unscientific thought about the food. Okay, it is the unscientific thought about the food. This food myths food myths means legendary story about the foods without the determinable base of fact or the natural explanations like what to eat, when to eat, how to eat. This type of unusual confusions about the food. Some food myths are as follow, like potato make you fat. This is a misconception that potato make you fat. The fact is that we also need potato contain the fat. We need a fat also for energy. Low fat or no fat diet is good for health. This is a misconception that low fat or no fat diet is good for health, because fat is also important for the body. Body needs fat for energy productions, tissue repair, transportations of vitamins like vitamin A, D, E, K, etc. in the body. Next is like egg increase cholesterol levels, so avoid it. This is a misconception that egg egg increase the cholesterol levels. There is no doubt. Egg is a good source of important nutrients. Even some amount of cholesterol is required by our body. Therefore, we should take one egg per day. Fat-free product will help you in losing the weight. This is a misconception that fat-free products helps us in losing the weight. The concept is that if we do exercise help to lose the weight. Because fat is also important for our health. So if you want to lose the weight, do a exercise, do a workout. Having milk immediately after feeding face, starve yourself if you want to lose weight, etc. These are the misconceptions about the food. Like crash dieting or fasting make you lose weight. This is a misconception. If you want to lose weight, don't do the exercise. By doing exercise, lose of weight. Don't do fasting. If you do start fasting, then in the next meal you will take more diet, which leads to overweight. So it's better do a workout. Food eaten late night is more fattening. This is misconception that food eaten late night is more fattening. The concept is that the fat component is same whether you eat morning or night. The difference is that when you eat morning, you do the exercise, therefore fat is burned. But when you eat night, you will not do any exercise, which leads to overweight. Vegetarian cannot build muscles. This is a misconception that vegetarian cannot build the muscle. They can also build the muscles by eating the protein from the vegetables. Next is draw a fixtures of C6 team on a league base. This is cyclic methods, that is league. League fixtures. In league fixtures, every team has to play with every other team, irrespective of win or loss. Your school is organizing Run for Unity. Explain the responsibility of associations, technical and financial committee. Committee, it is a group of people. Okay, committee, it is a group of people which are formed to organize an event or any program. The committee is formed so that there will be the proper coordinations with each others, and they take their responsibility. They take their full responsibility with good coordinations between them. The role of the responsibility of the responsible of the technical committees are before the program. Their duties are to check the technical aspects of the tournament, like playing field, equipment, making of fixtures, guidance to the officials, etc. During the tournament, their responsibility are to supervise the committee, check the progress of the tournament, to see that the tournaments are held as per the rules or not, to check the progress of the tournament, to handle the technical dispute. If there is any dispute in the tournament, handle it, to deal with the protests or objections, etc. And after the tournament, their responsibility is to make the report of the tournament, inform the success of the tournament to the concerned federations or association. Financial committee. The responsibility of financial committee before the tournament is is to get a detail of approximate expense for the tournament. Okay, to get a knowledge about approximate expense of the tournament, um, to get approval and sanction of the fund from the higher authority, plan for raising the fund, etc. And during the tournament their responsibility is to provide the fund for various activities and committee, to collect the fund from various team, etc. And after the tournament their responsibility is to prepare the exact financials report of the tournament. Next is um, next is elucidate the meaning of motor development in children's. Discuss in detail about various factors affecting motor development. First thing, motor developments refers to the change in children's ability to control their body movement like walking, jogging, running, climbing, jumping, throwing, etc. Means the development of child bones and muscle and ability to move around and manipulate their environment. There are two types of motor development: gross motor development and fine motor development. Gross motor development means development of large or big muscles like um, muscle of the leg, which help them to stand, jump, running, etc. And fine motor development means development of small muscles like muscle of the fingers. These small muscles help them to do fine work like writing, catching, balancing, etc. Factors affecting motor development. First, heredity. As the children get genes from their parents, so the motor development follow the same patterns of their parents. Nutrition. If the child get proper nutrition, then there will be the proper motor development, proper growth and development of the child. Immunizations. If mothers and child both are immunized at proper times, it leads to good motor development. Environment. If the child live in a healthy and clean environment, then there will be the good motor development. Psychological feedback and motivations. We should give psychological feedback and motivate the child to participate in physical activity. If the child participates in physical activity, it helps in better motor development. Disability and disease. If the child if the child is disabled or affected from the disease, then it reduces their motor development. Body weight. If the child is overweight or obesity, then the motor development is reduced as compared to those who are fit and healthy. Mental ability. Mental ability means small children have less motor development as compared to the mature persons. Genders. There is a difference in motor development between the boys and girls. Rest and sleep. The child should take the proper rest and sleep for proper motor development. If the child get proper relaxations, if he take proper rest, there will be the good motor development. Proper training. For fine motor development, proper training should be done. Interest and attitude. If the child interest is there in physical activity, then that will be the proper motor activity, proper motor developments. Participation in multi-activity. If the child participate in multi-activities, various activities, game and sports, that will be the proper motor development in child. These are the some factors affecting motor development. Okay. What do you mean by oxygen intake and oxygen uptake? Explain the effect of exercise on respiratory system. Oxygen intake is the amount of oxygens which can be taken up by the lungs from the atmospheres. Okay, oxygen intake means the amount of oxygens taken, amount of oxygens taken by the lungs from the atmospheres, and oxygen uptake is the amount of oxygens which can be absorbed and consumed by the working muscles from the blood. This is the difference between oxygen intake and oxygen uptake. Oxygen intake means the amount of oxygens which is taken by the lungs from the atmospheres, and oxygen uptake is the amount of oxygens which are consumed, which are absorbed and consumed by the working muscles from the blood. Next is effect of exercise on the respiratory system. First effect is hypertrophy of the heart. If we do regular exercise, hypertrophy of the heart take place, that is, there will be the enlargement of the heart. Increase in cardiac output. If we do regular exercise, the cardiac output, there will increase in cardiac output. Cardiac output means the amount of blood pumped out by the heart. If we do exercise, more blood is pumped out by the heart. Resting pulse increase. If we do exercise, our resting pulse will increase. That is the heart rate decrease, the resting time of the heart increase. Therefore, heart is not stressed during the normal workout. There will be the fastest adoptions of the working load. If we do regular exercise, there will be the fastest adoptions of the working load, that is our height. There will be a quick adjustment of the heart according to the requirement of the body. Increase in hemoglobin. If we do exercise, the hemoglobin in the red blood cells, hemoglobin content in the blood will increase. Decrease in blood density. If we do exercise, the density of the blood will decrease. Therefore, there will be the faster circulation of blood in our body. Respiratory muscles become strong. Increase in number of alveoli. If we do exercise, there will be the increase in number of alveoli. Increase in pulmonary diffusions. There will be the fastest removal of carbon dioxide from the blood, and oxygen is attached to the blood. If we do exercise, if we do exercise, regular exercise help to increase new capillaries. Therefore, more blood is bring to the working tissue. Okay, new capillaries are formed. Therefore, more blood reach to the working tissue. Next is increase in tidal volume. Tidal volumes means the volumes of air inhale or exhales during normal breathing. If we do exercise, the tidal volume will be increased. If we do exercise, there will be the faster removal of waste product from our blood. Blood pressures regulations, faster healing. If we do exercise, there will be the faster healing. Therefore, fast recovery from the injury: increase in aerobic endurance, chemical compositions in the blood improve, etc. These are the effect of exercise on respiratory system. Next is sports injury. Sports injury are those injury which occurs in the sports. Sports injury are classified into two types: hard tissue injury and soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injury like skin injury and muscle injury. Skin injury which occurs in the skin like contusions, abrasions, lacerations. Muscle injury like sprain, muscle pull and muscle pull, ligament tear, etc. And hard tissue injury means damage to the bones like fracture, dislocation, etc. What are the cause of sports injury? The cause of sports injury are lack of fitness. If the person is not physically fit, poor concentrations, obesity, not performing warming up, equipment failures, faulty skill, if the players have not follow the rules and regulations of the game, if we play aggressively, aggressions and violent, poor play field, if the ground is not according to the games, not wearing safety equipment, wrong training methods, etc. These are the cause of sports injury.